Okay, so we're going to be starting our depths dive. Um, we have to soon make a decision on what our third rune's going to be. I have some opinions, but you never know what you might encounter as you go further down into the depths. And so we're going to probably talk about it, but um, we'll see what our thoughts are by the end. Um, what's our power level on Bombard? It's not that great. Um, I may want to do a little bit of earth training. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna pop it to. Oh, I didn't mean to do that for I. I'm. Guess I'll have to do that. Oh, just a little bit of training. But right now, when you look at the runes available, you're talking Vault 5, you're talking Abyss, and you're talking Slime. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Vault 5 in general. There's so much danger involved. There's strategies to deal with it, but it's not the easiest little adventure to do. Then you consider Abyss, and there's a lot of risk with Abyss by getting trapped in there. Now I have a lot of potions to recover on the move, but their Abyss just naturally has risk built into it. Um, and if I only have like 8 or 9 teleport scrolls, it's like, do I really want to drain every single one of my teleport scrolls, escaping a bad situation, and then start up, Vault or Zot with no tellies or anything like you never want to have that. So I'm leaning slime. If I had Maxwell's, it would be almost an obvious slime. I have a preservation cloak, which is amazing for slime, and I do have things like arc jolt and chain lightning, which can really address clusters of slimes. So I think I'm going to go slime unless something else comes about that makes another choice more obvious. Um, anyway, let's start our depths. Thankfully, we have a pretty sane depths one entrance. I'm going to withhold using the revelation until I must. Otherwise, I'll use it in depths 2 and onward. Um, so let's recover back to this. Nobody. Oh, this is a. I've seen it. I think I've killed it, but I don't know it off the top of my head. What does it do? It has resist cold, resist poison. It's not resist elect, so I'm probably gonna just nuke it. It does. It blinks close. Ferric recollection. Just rounds. So it sounds like he steals spells from people who he's beside, and he blinks close, and so that makes sense. I'm going to start by setting up a little this. I'm going to start popping him from afar. Not too bad. I'm going to push back, pop. I'm going to kill the beast. Do I pull back and get mana? Yes. And we start over. And keep popping. So does he just keep stealing abilities? Mana's not great, but that's fine. Just gonna pull right back up. Go back down. Um, go up. Arc Jolt. I don't understand what this guy is supposed to be. So they're going to fight until every last memory they have left burns away. Other memories. So they have to... Are they trying to say that they will only die if they're not casting anything at the time? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Well, he's dead. Interesting. Okay. So someone here can banish, which is appropriate because he's on an abyssal situation. So I will make sure to take it easy. We got some Tengus. I'm going to go back to my safety. Create a choke. And play it safe. I don't have great evasion from these long shots. I would like to be able to stay here and regen some mana, but I don't like that situation, so I'd rather come back down, cast my guys, and have them help me pop it up. Now these are all ice themed, but they'll quickly swap. And hopefully that will help me kill them quicker. We've got some necromantic shenanigans going on over here. Let's back away. It's worth noting that in depths you start getting things like books and shrikes. You want to avoid those if you can. I'm going to hop away just to get some space in between me, get to my little escape. I'm going to summon this guy so he can start pelting things from afar. And just take control of the situation. Let's regen and continue clearing. Oh yeah, I was thinking about putting on a fire ring to default. Once you're in depths, fire becomes more of a regular element you're dealing with. So I'd like a little baseline of fire just to set the pace of defenses. That is my weakness today. I don't have much fire resist. I might have to go further than I'd like in abandoning other beneficial items to get fire going as I approach Zot and onwards, because with the Draconic and the fire orbs, you really need that kind of like base 2 or better. Let's arc. Great spell, Arc Jolt. Ring of Ice, I don't need any more. I'm in a good spot, but I don't like what's going on here with regards to these guys, so I'm gonna jump. I don't think they can swim, and honestly I could have just swam. I forgot I'm an amphibious creature type, but here we are. I might need a little help, so I'm gonna use my summon ability. Ooh, we've got a lot of guys coming on here. Let's cloud their space while I can. So that they take too much damage by the time they get to me. Oh, I saw Shriek and I got scared there for a second. See, those guys have their own little battle sphere. Mine's better. Ooh, Tormentors. Not fun. I'm gonna generate my guy, and I need to jump away from here. I actually will use a blinking scroll, and I will use a haste. I'm gonna blink again. This is too dangerous. When you have torment resistance, that's nothing. When you don't, it's everything. Yikes. Big yikes. They're usually pretty weak creatures. The problem is that they can torment you, and it's too much. Too quick. Feels bad wasting all those little benefits, but you just need to live. Very much so. Maybe sneakily got some good spells, maybe. Probably not. Nope. Alright, so now we're going to Revelation every single floor from now on. I don't want to be here because of those eyes to our left. So we're going to back out. Well, actually, I marked the wrong thing. I want to mark to not stand near here. And then I'm going to go up and then mark this downstairs. I'm gonna rev the floor. So we have an alarm there. That's pretty risky. Our other downstairs does seem to be in a little corner spot, so I may actually back up again, because the last thing I need is some mob coming from the left popping an alarm when I've got a fresh little level here. So let's try this. Much better. Turn count people at this point might just like say, we're done learning experience, we are here to beat the game, and might just like search out quick paths to Zot 5 or Depths 4, and then by definition to Zot 5. I may tighten up in Zot, but I'm not in any panic right now, so we shall see how intense I take this little espionage move with my revelation scrolls, because once you've revelationed the space around you, you can be really efficient in your movements. Like there's a downstairs there, I could just go right down, you know. And we have 2 downstairs over here, but the trade-off for those decisions are your escape plan from Zot. When you have the orb with you, you want to make sure you're safe. I'm gonna jump or hop, I guess. I may swap the ability our servitor is doing. I think he's running in too far and just not having fun. Oh, I didn't realize I was bringing someone with me. Okay, Spriggans, they're a funny little race, but in depths they are very dangerous. Because I have no mana, and they're fast, I'm just gonna back away, and I'm gonna go back to that other down here. I'll finish up switching my servitor to Bombard, give that a chance. Maybe he'll live a little longer, and it'll be a little more useful. Let's see. Yeah, we didn't get like an iron shot, so that's... We got Crystal Spear, but it's very much uncastable for now, and probably for the rest of the game. That's like the best of the iron shot tier, after Stone Arrow, then Bombard, then Iron Shot, and then Crystal Spear. Okay, I guess because we use the Revelation Scroll, that's how I saw the alarm. When you're standing here, you don't actually see the alarm. So it's a little less riskier than I thought originally. I'm just gonna pepper the ground with what I have here. And clear away with my Arc Lightning. Now that I'm down to a limited collection of downstairs, you don't want to abandon a stair immediately. But here I will. There's just too much. Never mess with Spriggans. And those Spriggans there were probably some of the ones that were down here. So it's kind of like a back and forth situation. I'm going to go get my servitor. I'm going to have him help me a little. You don't want to push too far north because we'll get those Spriggans again, and Spriggans are fast and I am slow. So maybe I can get to these downstairs. Let's just summon some guys and try to kill the Spriggan before it gets on me. Spriggans are a little fun race to play, but it's so tedious. They're so weak. And because it's their gimmick is that you can move very fast with them. It feels like you play those games forever. And then if you die by getting one shot, it's just like boom. All that time that you spent has been thrown away. Well, good news is we re-cleared this way. Let's get some open space. We got some ugly things. I swear that's what they're called. I mean, they're all a little trapped here. Just kind of let them get stuck in here. It'd be cool if I could arc lightning, but my guy's in the way. So I'll just kind of help work them down. Good. So we have a pan door down here. I'm afraid there might be a tormentor. And honestly, I don't really need to clear anything up here. So I'm just going to block it off, call it a day. We have some sort of ice vault, I'm assuming. It is an open vault, so I will back away. Ooh, a blizzard demon. Scary stuff. But I'm lightning, so I can kind of pelt them from a distance. I wish it would just come out, but it's not. Even though it's an ice vault, they are susceptible. You know, freezing cloud can still do work. It feels very much like the hell floor, whatever that one's called. So, can I blast him? No. I want to hit this before it starts summoning. Yeah, these guys are pretty weak at this point in the game. I don't think we're going to get much value at the other side of this. We got an Ancient Lich as well, which is... I mean, we're powerful. I'm not... You know, this is kind of like something you see in Zot, so we're about to get to that power level anyways. And I see there's some nice potions up there, so I mean, we'll finish off. I will summon my things first here. Kind of back away. Kind of just pelt away. All fine. All good. Oh, there's a little bit more than I thought there would be. Maybe there's a nice scarf here. Scarf of Invis, not really relevant. Teleport scrolls, never bad. Haste scroll, never bad. Gloves of Infusion. I mean, we have a +2 with +2 dex. This just means my fist attacks, or like my attacks, are infused with my mana. I do have good mana, but I mean, I'm not attacking with my fist, and I don't want to drop mana accidentally. So we will carry on. Depth 3. I'd like to take care of these things before I pop the Rev potion. I think with Arc Jolt I can really do damage here. Don't want to drain too much mana, so I'll do some light hits. Arc Jolt. I will go upstairs. I will hop. Oh, I was hoping I would be able to just kill it right there. I will go down the same down because I'm okay with what's here. And Arc Jolt everything, and then reestablish. All good. So now I will Rev. Yes. What do we have here? I could work my way to the bottom left to start clearing that safety exit. We do have some sort of shop with nothing of note. So I'm going to start clearing down here. I'm just going to Arc Jolt it. No problem. Start clearing down here. I just marked myself. It's good that I noticed. I'm going to just go right upstairs, and funnily enough, there was some creatures still left on this level because I didn't fully clear the top left, and because I was marked. They're probably active now, and so I will actually work on this floor for a bit because we have things that are not accounted for now. Okay, so let's go to a new down. All right. Noting that we will have awoken the floor a little bit, we will take this easy. Not a huge fan of that little situation. Everything's still... I'm going to go upstairs and deal with this guy as so. Been drained. That's fine. It's not the end of the world so far. Oh, we have Norris. Norris brings water with him, just like those water nymphs. So I'm just going to go upstairs and go to a different downstairs. I want to take care of the brain first. Take care of this. Now this is not the most welcoming little group of creatures to be dealing with right now. So I'm gonna go back upstairs, go down a different downstair. So we have Norris. I'm gonna try killing Norris here. I'm not liking this. He is taking some real damage though. Unfortunately, my servitor is in the way of my freezing cloud. So the best I can do is continue popping Norris with airstrike, which was successful, and waiting for my mana to regen because I can't do much of my single target spells with my servitor in the way. But my servitor is quite powerful now, and he's single-handedly addressing some of these issues. So I'm just going to back away though. I want my mana. So that's what I'm talking about with the servitor and having being a solution for some endgame issues. He can, when set up in the right environment, deal with a lot of problems pretty quickly. We got a brain in the distance. You never want to let brains live too long. They can really mess with you. Same with books. I'm not liking the little train of things coming, but we're at least resolving some. We're starting to make a dent in our open space. Iron dragons are scary, but with this servitor, it's okay. So we're getting a lot of guys now. I think I'll cast my servitor and start heading north with haste or swift. I keep calling it haste. And then I will jump up and plant and start doing some free casts from a distance until I feel unsafe, because my servitor is still alive. He might be able to just kill a few things himself. Or not. So let's back up, start over. Chain Lightning's getting close, but not quite close enough. I'm also going to keep pumping the Forgecraft. Certainly not hurting. And I'll maybe bring up that armor a little while it's a +2 and only just at 10. Conjuration and Air Magic are great. Ice Magic still has its book. Spellcasting can keep going at it. And let's keep clearing. D3 or U3 technically. Iron's dragons, so I'm just gonna prep for needing some assistance. I'm not particularly happy with the situation, but look at that. Servitor doing his job. We got a transformer. Robots in disguise. We're just cleaning up here. This is probably a pan entrance. Not too bad. All right, the last depths incoming. Yikes. So I will start by making a guy, and then I'm gonna arc lightning jolt. When they're all lined up like that, I will take advantage. I'll make a servitor now, and we'll start trying to work our way through all this. This would have been a great position to start doing some arc jolting. I wonder if I can control chain lightning. I'm going to do a ZK. No, I was curious if I could just like shoot a chain lightning that way and not have to involve my my servitor. I'm just going to back out. Let's find a different spot, and we can use this revelation. It's an empty spot. Let's make a servitor too. We don't want to risk losing a one of our remaining upstairs. Yikes. Something is awake, so I will have to do this, and then I'm gonna arc everything to death. Not too bad. Let's kind of go back a little. I don't want to risk not having my back covered. Now we know that upstairs was there. We can connect our upstairs, so we have some options for escaping. And they've moved along with their lives, so we have to be careful. There they are. Good news is they've all clumped together. So I'll pull back and continue that on. I kind of want to do an arc now, but I think it would be a waste of arc. So I'm going to wait until they touch. Yeah. All good. All good. There's a crackling magical portal. I guess there's a Wiz Lab somewhere here. I don't usually explore into Wiz Labs. We've got our game set. We don't need to risk with some weird Wiz situation what our plan already is. Oh, we got a little guy hiding in there. All right. So that in the center is going to be our Zod entrance. We're kind of far away from our stairs, and we're not in the best position. I'm going to start by hopping away. I'm going to summon my guys and start prepping for some defensives here. Our servitor's probably going to do a lot of damage. But just keep it moving. Yeah. And he's afraid to come close because of what I've got set up. Our first little draconics or draconians encounters, which will be the theme of our vaults. This is why you spread out your resistances, because they can be a whole little collection of evil. So we've got a Marjorie. It's between us and our exit. But this is an exit we didn't clear, and so I'm gonna start getting away. I have mana, so I will cast my servitor. He might be able to pop off on some noobs for a bit while I run away. Maybe I'll help him a little and help this guy. Can't really help him from the freezing cloud perspective. But that's fine. I'm going to get out of here. I'll teleport. Simply because I can. I'll hop away just to get fully escaped, go upstairs, and reset. Yeah, they might even follow us here because we're close enough. Go upstairs, do my servitor and my other friends just to be safe, and let's continue on clearing the last of this little area. Because we're in close knit, I'll make a servitor, pull back. We have a brain. See, they can summon some real dudes. But yeah, just to be safe, because we were moving around a lot, I'm gonna I'm gonna forget the floor and just re-explore just in case. But yeah, that's our depths. So I don't think the equation changed at all. I believe my option is slime. So I'm gonna go and find my slime, and we'll make our way down. This is certainly not a fun little collection of creatures around me, but they're okay. Just keep them away. Start again. Now slime, there's no need to be aggressive in your clearing. It's dangerous when you see stuff like that. You don't want an alarm to pop. So I will create what I can create. Go upstairs. Just take control. Fragile. Okay. Sometimes it's nice to just poke around a little bit more, just to make sure no slime is just off on the edge, like so, so that we can take it out in case it appears on us. This one's not too bad. I can just arc jolt. Let's poke around a little, just to be safe. See, like something like that. Slime pits. Oh, so here's a little dangerous collection. I'll make this. I'll start arc jolting. I'm gonna hop away. I'm gonna create a rock slime beside, create a guy, and be safe. So the next is Slime Pits 5. You kind of want to explore all of Slime Pits 4 so that you have all the exits for 5. I currently don't see any ways to jump in to the next level. So that's kind of annoying. So we have a split Slime 4. Perhaps I can find some connections here in Slime 3 to down to Slime 4. It might be worth it. Mutations, none so far, thankfully. That's the risk with slime, is that you get just mutated to death way too early. But I suppose we have the preservation cloak, which is kind of like a stay safe in slime cloak, typically. I want to pop this sleep-in guy first. He can fragile you. And he can corrupt and mutate you, which is not fun. So let's just take care of that. So that's nice. We've fully cleared slime 4, so we have full safety entering slime 5. It's interesting we have an alarm that might be useful. I don't typically pop alarms if I don't have to, but I don't know. Let's avoid hitting the center core just yet. We got to see what we're dealing with here in terms of shape. Seems like it's not the typical middle. There's some sort of curvature and looping to it all. So we will see. Maybe that was the guy who woke up. Yep. So we have some sort of like triangle-based center with point stairs, if that's an appropriate way of describing it. Yeah. So we're going to want to probably pick and prod at all the stairs, build out that map. And go from there. Weak from a mutation, but that's fine. -2 strength is not the worst, considering all the possible mutations I could have gotten there. I think I'm experiencing some lag. Okay, there we go. Ooh, I'm gonna get an alarm if I don't be careful here. Okay, good. I'm not in love with our situation here right now. I may quickly hop here. I'm gonna hop. Blast. Servitor. He's in the way. I'd rather beat one of these than 2 of these, so I'm gonna go. Ooh, hello. I'm gonna gravitas them up and escape. When in doubt, escape. It's not the end of the world that those 2 live in that little quadrant. If I have to sacrifice one corner, I'll sacrifice that corner. And let's build out this corner. I've been marked. I will go upstairs, and I've already cleared everything here. So I'm not too concerned. I am concerned that the second I have been marked, that the royal slime is going to be up and moving, which is not ideal. So we will see how that affects things. I'm getting some lag. It's always tough when you get server lag. It's like, should I make him another move? Should I wait? Take it easy. Okay. So that's the top of the triangle there. So our goal overall was to kill as many things as possible before engaging, so that we can have safer teleports, and also because we don't have like a Maxwell's that's like an instant kill on the slime. We have some chain lightning, which is still only 28 or 26%. It's not the greatest. There's a lot of choices we have to make here. You kind of want to have your servitor up, but at the same time your servitor stops you from being able to arc jolt. So it's very tough. The temptation is to go into that bottom right and pop the alarm, get things moving. Now of course that will get the royal jelly to start becoming active. So maybe I can sneak a few individual kills before we start considering those options. But let's get things at least moving. So there's our royal jelly. Now it's worth noting I can hop with this character, so I'm gonna get far away enough with haste to be in hop range. I'm gonna cast my servitor to kill him and be able to hop away if I need to. I think I will try to chain lightning. No. This is tough. I think I'm going to hop, air strike, and then if he gets close, and I can chain lightning now, I think. Nope. So air strike. I can arc jolt now. I'm not liking this. Now these rock slimes, do they push? Not sure, but I know this arc jolt won't kill the king, so I'm going to back up. Let's go to a different exit. Or, oh, server leg. All right. Well, now that the whole room is active and moving around, we at least can kill some more things. You can tell that that's one of the slimes, guys, because it had the little red mark on it. Whereas the other ones were the natural creatures of the space. Do we have any obvious spells that can help us? I'm sure I'm missing something as I scan here. Oh, we can get Passage of Galubria active. That's just random, but unrelated to this, but that was interesting to see. And we're talking 2 powerful spells here. 50% on Crystal Spear. Maybe if I know Crystal Spear. Nope, I want something else. It was a capital D. It's lowercase d. So. No, what? Am I misreading something? And well, that's for another time, but let's see if I can train my, no, well, that was worth a shot. Let's at least kill these. well I can. Just make it a little easier on the floor. If only we could shatter the glass, or we had Fetus, and we could turn the walls into plants, or Jiva and just get it. Let's escape here. At least we know now that we've got a full control over the bulk of the room. And let's think about what our options are. I could try to do some chain lightning from the start. Let's try to get our guy here. I'm not liking this. Let's take a teleport. And hopefully our teleport saves the day. I could just hop right now, but I'm just gonna... I wonder if I have static still. Okay. I'm just gonna hop right to this. And just take a portal. I did not expect that to be there. So I'm gonna swift. I'm gonna teleport. I'm not really getting lucky with these teleports. Hopefully my swift can carry me along. If I have to, I'll take a blink. I'm gonna take a blink and call it a day. I'm gonna go down a different stair, and I mean, it would be nice to have some of these things not eaten, but I'd rather just kill things real quick and see what I get. This is an incredible ring. I'm gonna drop my ring of cold, get my ring here. I'll put it on later when it matters. I want to see if maybe there's a book here that has our Maxwell's before it gets eaten. mute. There's our rune. It's funny. We just keep getting ice spells. Or ice magic book. Maybe over here there's a book for me. Don't get too distracted. Book of Blood. Unfortunately, no sneaky options. Ring of... That's a very bad ring. This is an incredible ring. Unfortunately, the dex and the int is there, but yes, please. So this might make our Zot a little bit more safe, I guess. Maybe is the word I'm looking for. I want to ignore this. I don't really need positive or versus negative. And that's not anything of note. Okay. Probably should have walked the other way. Sometimes you wish you could get your servitor to get out of my face. Anyway, okay, so let's so we're gonna be going to Zot next. There's nothing really to buy, so we're gonna go to Zot entrance. I'm gonna mess with my rings here. This is an incredible ring. Not having our poison though feels a little bad. If there's like a poison dude. This resist fire feels amazing. So it feels like I have to put this. Now I've wizard on that ring, so now I can cast Crystal Spear, which means yes, I can tell my buddy to do Crystal Spear, which is awesome. That worked out. I'm gonna move M to J, I guess. So there's some options. Now we're down a little bit in will, and we don't have our poison by default. I will probably never use this amulet now. I will never use intellect. Is there anything else to consider before we carry on? I don't believe so. So we're going to end this video here, and the next part we're going to do Zod, and then hopefully successfully run back with our 3 runes in the orb. So thank you for watching this part, and I look forward to hopefully a successful end to this little mission we're on.